There's that song again. Come close by the pond, little ones. The morning's wide and the willows full of new green, and I've got one I've been holding for you. Here's what I want you holding while I tell it. When the bravest thing you can do is also the most frightening, when you're shaking so hard you can barely lift your head, does the shaking mean you're not brave? Hold on to that. The answer's in the story, and I'd guess God settled it long before any of us were born. It happened on the kind of spring morning where the whole sky feels scrubbed clean. The creek was bright, the reeds were waking up, and then, high up, so high you'd have missed her, something came down out of the blue. Small, dark, fast as a thrown stone, but tired. So tired. She didn't so much land as stop flying. Folded down onto the warm bank, wings out, sides going in and out fast. A little swift, the first of her kind ever to set down at this creek. And she had flown all night, little ones, without once touching the ground. Now the first one to reach her was Bongo, the bear cub, who came thundering down the bank with his usual cheerful crash and skidded to a stop a whisker too close. He boomed,
"Hello, new friend. Welcome to the creek. I'm Bongo. Do you want a snack? Do you want a tour? Do you want to meet everybody at once right now?"
And the little swift didn't answer. She just pressed herself smaller against the bank and shook. Bongo's big face fell, but Bongo, being Bongo, decided the fix for a scared friend was simply more friend.
It's okay. I was scared of the barn once, the whole barn, for a week. And look at me now. I go in the barn all the time. You'll love it here, I promise. Do you want the snack yet?
Then in zipped Zippy the hummingbird, going so fast she was 3 places at once, and she squeaked,
"A swift! Oh, this is incredible. Swifts are the fastest little flyers there are. Okay. I've already mapped you a flight path of the whole creek. 4 scenic loops, optimized for wind. We start now. Loop 1 is speed. Loop 2 is scenery. Loop 3 is speed again because you'll have warmed up. Loop 4 is a surprise. The surprise is also speed. Ready? Wait, where'd she go? Is she under the reed? Why is she under the reed?
and from the high branch came Ga-ring-go, the parrot, all bright feathers and grand flourish, who had been waiting for exactly this moment his whole morning. He spread his wings and announced,
"Behold! A traveller from the far and trackless sky has chosen, of all the creeks in all the wide world, our creek. Stranger, you shall have a welcome so magnificent that bards shall sing of it for 100 years.
And up popped the Mud Puppy Brothers, Splish, Splash, and Splosh. 3 frogs and 1 chorus of helpfulness. Splish leaned in to teach the newcomer the rules.
Rule 1 of the creek. You must never look directly at the big hill on a Tuesday. Rule 2. The reeds are listening. Rule 3. Splash, what's Rule 3?
Rule 3 is, just be nice. That's the only real one, actually.
No, Splash. You can't put be nice as a rule. It's far too short. A proper rule needs at least a Tuesday in it. Write down Rule 4. Respect the Tuesday.
Wait, is it Tuesday? I never know if it's Tuesday. Pip, do you know if it's Tuesday? Oh no, now I've made it worse, haven't I?
Friends, please! You are frightening the sky traveller with your Tuesdays. This is a moment for grandeur, for ceremony, for a welcome ode in 7 verses, which I have, coincidentally, already begun.
An ode is 7 loops of talking, Garingo. That's even slower than scenery.
Should I do my barn story again? I feel like the barn story is helping.
Mud puppies, everybody back up. We have clearly overwhelmed her with our excellent rules.
Agreed. Everyone back up so they can see the ODE better.
Nobody back up for the ode.
Is the ode a Tuesday thing? Should we be writing this down?
Please, please don't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know any of this. There's rules about Tuesdays and an ODE. I don't even know where I am. I'll go. I'll go.
And that stopped everybody cold. Because she'd tried to lift off, and her wings just wouldn't. She was too tired to even leave. Now, at the edge of all that, stood Fern the fawn, soft-eyed and quiet, watching. And when the little swift tried to leave and couldn't, something moved across Fern's face. Because Fern knew that exact feeling. From the inside.
Everybody, step back a little. Just a little.
And, would you believe it, they did. Even Garingo lowered his wings, and Fern didn't stand in front of the swift. She sat down beside her, in the grass, the same low.
Hi. You don't have to talk. You don't have to go anywhere. You just landed. That's the whole job right now. You landed, and you're staying still. What's your name?
Pip. I'm Pip. I flew all night and I didn't know where to come down. And then there was your creek and I just fell. I'm not brave. The others where I come from, they aren't scared of anything. I'm scared of everything.
Should I do the ode now? Is now the ode? Somebody signal me when it's ode.
Garingo. Garingo. No ode. Read the room. The room is one tired bird and a fawn sitting in grass. I have analysed the room. There is 0 ode in it.
I'm gonna hold the snack. Just hold it, in case the snack moment comes.
Pip. Can I tell you something nobody told me? The day I landed here scared out of my fur? You did the bravest thing there is. You showed up. Anybody can do the easy stuff unscared. Showing up shaking, that's the brave one.
Now here's the part nobody quite caught in the moment, but you will. Fern thought the hard part was over. She was wrong about which part was hard. Because the next morning, Pip was gone from the bank, and Fern found her at the very top of the big hill, looking up at the empty sky like she wanted to leave. So Fern climbed up beside her, and she tried what had worked the day before. She tried welcoming harder. And here's where she got it backwards.
Pip, stay! We'll make it so nice you'll never want to leave. I'll learn every single one of the ways and teach you all of them today, all at once, so you'll fit in by lunchtime and...
But that's more. That's so much more. Everyone keeps giving me more, and I can't even fly straight yet. And now I have to fit in by lunch?
Okay. Then I'll do everything for you. You don't have to do anything scary at all. I'll go first on every single thing, forever, and...
Then I'll never do anything. I'll just be the scared one you carry around. That's worse. I came down on your creek because I wanted to belong somewhere, not be a thing somebody minds. Back home, when the flock lifts off, they don't even look down. They just go. And I'm always the last one off the ledge, every time, with my heart going like a drum. I thought if I found a new place, I'd land somewhere I wasn't the scared one anymore. But I brought the scared with me. It's right here. It came the whole way.
And Fern opened her mouth for fix number 3 and stopped, because she finally heard it. She'd been doing to Pip the exact thing the loud ones did on the bank, just quieter. And what she'd needed that first scared day was never a bigger welcome at all. And right about then, up the hill came a slow, steady shape. Shelley the tortoise. Young Shelley, who'd been at this creek the day Fern first arrived. She looked at the two of them and she said one quiet thing, the way she does, to nobody and to everybody.
Funny. The day Fern landed, she didn't need anyone to be braver for her. She just needed one person to sit down next to her and not flinch.
Now, this is the part I always slow down for, because Fern sat with that, and I leaned in and asked her quiet, "Fern, what did you actually need that first scared morning? Not what you wished you'd had. What did you need?"
I needed somebody to believe the brave was already in me, not hand me more of theirs, not carry me, just believe it was already there, under all the shaking. Pip, I'm not going to make you bigger, and I'm not going to do it all for you. I think that's how God made every scared small thing. The brave's already inside, packed in tight. I just have to stop sitting on top of it. So, the pond's that way. You set the pace. I'll be right next to you, and I will not flinch.
The pond's that way. Okay. I'm still scared. I'm going anyway. Will you stay right there if I do it slow?
Right here, as slow as you want. Off you go, Pip.
I'm doing it. Oh, I'm up. I'm still scared. I'm scared and I'm up. Fern, are you watching? Don't go anywhere. Okay, one little loop. Just one. Here I go.
Well, by evening, Pip had flown one slow loop over the pond all on her own. Wobbly, scared the whole way, and grinning like she'd crossed an ocean. So I asked the friends what they figured it was, in the end, that turned it around.
Oh, I know this one. It wasn't the snack. I really thought it was going to be the snack. It was Fern sitting down, getting small as Pip instead of big at her.
And, okay, I learned that optimized for wind is maybe not the first thing a tired person needs. I am writing that down. Loop 1. Ask if she's tired. I'm keeping the other 3 loops, though. They're really good.
And I have learned that a welcome need not be magnificent to be a welcome. It can simply be a place beside you on the grass. Behold the grass. It's very nice grass.
And nobody made me unscared. Fern just believed the brave was already in there. So I borrowed her believing it until I could.
Same as the day Fern landed. Funny how it comes back around.
Now, isn't that something? And you know, there's a line in the Bible almost exactly that. A man named Paul once wrote a letter to a young friend named Timothy, who was frightened of the big thing in front of him. It's in the Bible, in the book that carries Timothy's name, the second book of Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. And Paul told him, "For God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control."
That's it. That's the thing I needed somebody to say to me a long time ago. The fear was never the truth of me either. I just couldn't see past it yet.
Hear that? Not a spirit of fear. The shaking was never the truth of Pip. The brave was. God packed it in first. The fear was just sitting on top of it for a while. That's the whole of why I wanted to tell you this one. Rest easy, little ones.
Children, gather round. Today, a fact known to be completely and certainly true. True beyond the smallest doubt. and tied, you'll be glad to hear, to that very visitor our young friends met in the story. A swift. Listen closely. A swift lives almost its entire life in the air. It does not perch the way other birds do. It eats in the air, snapping up tiny insects on the wing. It drinks in the air, skimming a sip from a pond as it passes. It even sleeps in the air, rising high at dusk and dozing on the wind in little snatches as it glides. A young swift may stay aloft for months at a stretch without ever once touching down. On the wing, we say, which is simply the old way of saying while it is flying. It only comes to ground to nest. So when our little visitor flew all night and was bone-tired by morning, entirely ordinary for a swift, quite remarkable for the rest of us. Class dismissed.
Mud puppies, mud puppies! Today on Mud Puppy Minutes, we explain what courage is.
Easy. Courage is when you are not scared. None. Zero scared. A truly brave frog feels nothing at all. Like a rock. A brave, brave rock.
No, wait. I think courage might be being scared, but doing the thing anyway.
Oh no, no! Splash. That's too easy, and it has scared in it. And brave things can't have scared in them. Everyone knows that.
Right, so courage is actually a kind of hat. A brave hat. You put it on and whoosh, no more feelings.
Mud puppies, we have solved it. Courage means a brave hat that makes you a rock with no feelings. We're so smart.
Now, just so we've got it straight, little ones. Splash had it right in the middle there, before they talked themselves out of it. Courage isn't feeling nothing. It's being scared and showing up anyway. That's the honest truth of it, and a fair sight braver than any hat.
See you next time, somewhere in Shiloh Creek.